Hello, hello, guys. Today I really prepared something special for you, and we will be talking about the financial systems. But today we are not going to make it in the traditional way. We are trying to make it in a really different way that we have done in the past. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is about the banking sectors in different countries. In this case, we are going to talk about, first of all, of Mexico. In the banking sector, we have the central bank, Banco de Mexico. Banxico is going to be the central bank responsible for the monetary policy. The major banks are going to include BBVA, Bancomer, Banamex, and Santander Mexico, Citigroup, in fact, instead of Banamex. We have the stock market. The main stock market is the Mexican Stock Exchange, which is the primary stock exchange where companies list their shares. And we also have many different regulatory bodies, but the most important one is going to be the National Banking and Security Commission, CNBV, which regulates and supervises the financial entities. We also have the institutional stock exchange, Bolsa Institucional de Valores, which is a brand new stock exchange. It was founded in 2018, and the index for them is the FTSE Viva. Of course, we also have the biggest financial market in the world, which is still the United States. Regarding the banking sector, we have the central bank, which is the Federal Reserve, which is called the Fed, which is in charge of managing all the monetary policy. The commercial banks in the United States, the major ones are JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo. The main stock markets are formed by NYSE, New York Stock Exchange, or what we call Wall Street, and the NASDAQ. Those are the primary stock exchanges hosting a diverse range of companies. And they also have many different regulatory bodies. One of the main ones is the Securities and Exchange Commission, which regulates the securities and protects investors, and the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the FDIC, which insures the deposits in banks. Now let's talk about the Eurozone, Europe. So let me move into it. Wait. Right here. In the Eurozone, we also have a central bank, which is called the European Central Bank, is ECB, which manages the monetary policy for the Eurozone. And the commercial banks includes the Deutsche Bank, BNP Paribas, and of course, Santander. The stock market is the Euronext Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Different stock exchanges serve in various European countries. We have not just the Euronext securities, but also the London Stock Exchange and the Dutch one, and also the Swiss exchange. The regulatory bodies is the European Banking Authority, which regulates the banks, and the European Securities and Markets Authority, which regulates the securities and markets. Let's talk now about the about Japan. Japan is also a really important market. So let's go to Japan. Here we go. We have the Central Bank of Japan, which is the Bank of Japan, BOJ, and that is in charge of overseeing the monetary policy. The commercial banks are going to include the Mitsubishi Bank, the UFJ Financial Group, and of course, the Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group. The stock market is a very important stock market, is the Tokyo Stock Exchange, where the primary stock exchange in Japan, and the regulatory bodies, one of them is the Financial Services Agency, which regulates and supervises the financial services. Let's move now to the different really important exchanges around the world. I'm not only going to mention them, but you will find them in the Padlet that I have created for you. So we have in order of importance in the United States, we have the New York Stock Exchange, which indexes the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We also have the NASDAQ. Let me move at least to the United States. Okay. You also have the NASDAQ, which indexes the NASDAQ Composite. In Tokyo, that's the third one, the third stock exchange. We have the Tokyo Stock Exchange in Japan, which indexes the Nikkei 225. We have the Shanghai Stock Exchange in China, which indexes the SSE Composite, and also the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, which indexes the Hang Seng index. In Europe, in the Europe zone, we have the Euronext for multiple different countries, and the index is the Euronext 100. In London, we have the London Stock Exchange in the United Kingdom, and the index is the FTSE, Financial Times Stock Exchange, FTSE 100. In Canada, we have the Toronto Stock Exchange, which index is the Standard & Poor's TSX Composite Index. In America, one of the most important stock exchange is the Brazil Stock Exchange, which index is Bovespa. In India, we have the Bombay Stock Exchange, which index is Sensex. Still working in Germany, we have the Dutch Börse, which indexes the DAX, and also in Switzerland, the Swiss Exchange, which index is the Swiss Market Index. In Korea, we have the Korea Exchange in South Korea, which index is the KOSPI. The next one is the Australian Security Exchange, which index is the Standard & Poor's ASX 200. And we also have one important stock exchange in South Africa called Johannesburg, which index is the FTSE JSE All Share Index. These are, in order of importance, the most important stock exchange around the world. And as you can see, the common themes around the world in the financial system are the creation of central banks. Every country has their central bank. Each region has a central bank that is going to be responsible for monetary policy. Remember in the case of Europe, we have this bank, the European Central Bank, which managed the monetary policy for all the Eurozone. So it's for a region, not just for a country. And We also have in common, as many commercial banks are these major financial institutions, which are going to play a pivotal role in providing banking services. We also have around the world many different stock exchanges. Every country have primary stock exchanges where the companies are going to be listed to facilitate the trading. And also we have many different regulatory bodies that ensure the smooth functioning of the financial markets, of the financial system, and protect the interest of investors. So it is really essential for you to note that the structure and the functions can vary, reflecting the unique economic and regulatory environments of each region. The financial system works collectively to support economic activities, investment, and overall well-being on their respective populations. So guys, this will be all for today. Have a great week. See you later. Bye.